Got a movie review for you, so listen up, soldier.
I'm all ears.
Jean-Claude Van Damme as GR-44, aka Luke Devereaux. Dolph Lundgren as GR-13, aka Sergeant Andrew Scott. Leon Rippey as Dr. Woodward. Edo Ross as Colonel Perry. Executive producer Mario Kassar and director Roland Emmerich bring you What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another retro reviews episode. I'm going to do a movie review of my favorite, one of my favorite movies of all time. It obviously has to rank very high because this movie actually holds the record and will forever hold the record. As far as how many times I went to the theater to watch that same movie. Alright, so the movie in question, of course, you know by the title, is Universal Soldier, with Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme. The future has a bad attitude. This is my VHS copy. Here's the side. And then there's the other side. It's got Van Damme on one side, Dolph on the other. There's the back. Some good screenshots of the movie there. Yeah, I went and saw this a total of 12 times at the theaters when it was released. Back in 1992. So at the time, it was, like Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme was two of my favorite action guys, right? I love action movies, action adventure, or as some of my favorites, sci-fi, classic horror, but yeah, action adventure, it's like probably my favorite, right? And this movie just was, it was great, And here's the thing, right? This is what it's like. Why would you go that many times? And it's like, so you gotta understand something. Back then during that time, like these two. Let's just talk about these two guys, right? Prior to this movie, okay, they did other movies. But the thing about it is they was like really the star of the movie, and then the other people in the movie were kind of like you really hadn't heard of them, a lot of no names or just people that weren't very well known, with the exception of I would say Brandon Lee was in Showdown in Little Tokyo with Dolph Lundgren, but really at the time Brandon Lee wasn't really that well known yet. I believe he did a couple movies before Showdown in Little Tokyo. Of course, Brandon Lee got more popular when he did a movie called Rapid Fire, which was a pretty good hit. And then, of course, The Crow, which was his biggest hit. Unfortunately, that was his last movie he ever made because he died during that movie. But Brandon Lee really wasn't that well known when Showdown in Little Tokyo came out. So, because I know a lot of people would, might bring that one up. But yeah, so basically for two big action stars to be in the same movie, it was kind of uncommon back then, So when I, seen this, it's like, cool, I like both those guys really a lot, Of course, I seen, Dolph was famous, for playing Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. That's where he got his big break. He did a few movies after that. He played He-Man in Masters of the Universe. He did one called Red Scorpion. That's actually the footage in my intro is from Red Scorpion where he's shooting the hind helicopter gunship down. So yeah, that was taken from Red Scorpion. And he did like Showdown in Little Tokyo, I Come in Peace, and The Punisher. He's my favorite Punisher. So yeah, Dolph had like a good list of movies there that I really enjoyed. And Van Damme at the same thing. He had Kickboxer, Bloodsport, Cyborg, Death Warrant, Double Impact. Okay, so yeah, Double Impact was like a big hit for Van Damme. So I believe that was the movie he did before Universal Soldier, right? So these guys, for them, everything came together. And this movie was directed by Roland Emmerich, and in case you don't know, he directed Independence Day, and I believe the late '90s Godzilla movie. But yeah, this movie is just a good old-fashioned kick-ass. It's not politically correct. So in today's world, people, I'm sure there's people out there that would be offended by this movie, but I don't care about that, because part of the reason I like retro things so much and where they have a special place in my heart is because back when this movie came out, the world wasn't so, I'm going to say, sissified like it seems today. So I think that's why I hold the retro things so dear to me, because it's just like it takes you back to another time, to a different, where the world was, men were men, women were women, and there was really less confusion. Let's just put it that way. But anyways, so what happened was this, the area I live, we had a movie theater. We called it like the cheap theater, right? Where it was like $1.50, I think, to get in, and maybe one point it got up to $2, but still it was like very cheap, right? I think we even called it, like, at one point we was calling it the $1.50 theater. So that's when I went and saw this movie all those times, was when it went to that theater, right? So it's like it was $1.50 to get in. So yeah, I remember my friends from high school. We went and saw this movie like every day after school for like the whole week, right? It's like after school was over, like, hey, want to go see Universal Soldier again? Hey, yeah, sure, cool, let's do it. And then so I believe I saw it like 7 times in a row, because I remember every day after school for that week, and then that weekend, but then total 12 times total. So yeah, that was people might say that's extreme, but hey, I was in high school, when it came out during that time. So it's like I was finding something for me to do, right? That's better than going out and getting in trouble, right? With the law or something, or doing illegal activity and stuff. So yeah, I was pretty much, I was into video games and movies back then. But yeah, so about the movie itself, if you like the straight up action movie, you should like it, you know. So if you like a lot of guns being shot and explosions and grenades and helicopters and planes and car chases and street fighting scenes or martial arts scenes, this movie has it all. It's got you covered. So I'll just read the back of my VHS box here so you guys can get a gist of about the movie. Two of the biggest action stars are together for the first time in one explosive adventure. Jean-Claude Van Damme as Luke Devereaux and Dolph Lundgren as Sergeant Andrew Scott. Two soldiers who served together in Vietnam are brought back 25 years later for a secret government program known as Unisols. They're genetically enhanced, unstoppable killing machines with no memory, no feelings, and no free will. But on an anti-terrorist mission, Devereaux's memory starts to return as he escapes from the program. A superhuman chase across the country begins with Sergeant Scott in unrelenting pursuit of the man he served with in Vietnam. Devereaux heads for his home and a reunion with his unbelieving parents. There, Sergeant Scott corners him for the ultimate clash of the Titans. So I did change up a couple of the wording there on the description because I don't want to do the spoilers because it does give away a couple of things there in the description on the box. But anyways, Universal Soldier, awesome 90s action movie, highly recommend it, and I'd love to know what you guys think about it. It's a great action movie. There's a little bit of comedy elements in it, you know, just enough, and they work. You know, it's not like it's appropriate, right? Unlike the comedy they tried to put in the 2018 Halloween movie, like that just fell flat, you know. But it works in this movie. They didn't overdo it. It was just enough, right? What I like about the retro movies like this, it's like, unlike today's movies, they do a lot of practical effects, okay? And they sprinkle in CGI here and there, just when they have to or something. There's really not much CGI in this movie that I can really think of, actually. That's the thing. It's like everything you see in it is practical. They used real helicopters. They used real... there's this big, like, it's like a semi-truck, but they turned it into their mobile base of operations, okay? So that thing was like massive, and that was like real, you know. That was something they took a real semi-truck and they, you know, made a bunch of modifications to it. I mean, I appreciate that stuff, you know. It's like when back when they did stuff for real and not just, you know, to me, movie makers have gotten lazy with the advancement of technology, right? Because the CGI has gotten better. It's like they've really relied on it too much, and it's like, oh, we can just sprinkle in, or not sprinkle, but we'll just, you know, CGI the movie. It's almost the movie itself, like. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for example. I would rather watch those 90s movies over the ones that, you know, came out in recent years just based on the simple fact that, yeah, those were guys in costumes. You can tell that. But the thing about it is, it's real, right? You're watching something real. A real person doing some real ninja action. Not just computer animation. Yeah, I want to watch a video. I want to watch a movie, not a video game. If I want a video game, I'll play a video game, right? Not watch it on screen. So that's kind of where I'm at on movies. yeah, it's nice if I can find a movie nowadays, you know, a newer movie where they're not like, it's not just everything is CGI. It's like so much of it, it's just like kind of boring, you know. So I want something real. So, anyways, back to this movie, Universal Soldier. You know, Dolph Lundgren, he plays GR13, aka Sergeant Andrew Scott, and Van Damme plays GR44, aka Luke Devereaux. So, yeah, Dolph Lundgren plays the villain, and he steals the show. I'll just say that he really, his performance really carries the movie because of his character, right? Van Damme, honestly, if you was watching this movie just like focusing on Van Damme, he's kind of a disappointment. You know, I mean, I guess he was playing the character that he was that was written, but he's just very quiet, low key. Doesn't really say much in the movie, you know. And so if it wasn't for Dolph's performance, it wouldn't be as good. I would couple Dolph's performance with the story and, you know, the action itself. You know, I get, it's an A+ movie in my book. You know, I thought Van Damme could have been better. Then again, they should have written his character to be better, right? He just, for a lot of the movie, he's just kind of like you know, like I said, he's very quiet. He's almost like a mindless. I mean, they are mindless zombies, you know, almost to when, you know, when they are part of their Universal Soldier unit. That was the thing. But they slowly start to regain their memories of who they were, you know, in the past. I don't want to do any spoilers because I don't like spoilers, but I definitely would highly recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it's still a joy to watch today. I can pick it up and slam it in the VCR at any given time and watch it. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I definitely could watch it anytime. So if this is your first time to the channel, tap that subscribe button down there and then the bell next to it, ding ding, and then that way you'll be notified when I upload new videos, okay? Leave me some comments below. Have you seen this movie? What did you think of it? So, anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until next time, keep it retro.
GR13.